Greetings, my loyal subjects. It is I, the Prince of all YouTubers, Vegeta Almighty, back with another episode of the Dual Wield Podcast. I am with my host, my illustrious co-host, my fantastic friend, Jen Drax. Why don't you go ahead and say hello to the nice people?
What's up, boys and girls?
So, I have been giving Jen crap for a while. And it's only fitting because he's been kind of giving me crap as well about Logan Paul.
We're just going right into
the argument segment. So we're going. So
fuck the energy drinks. We're just going right into the fucking.
Well, this was the lead in to the discussion. And watch your language. Susan's going to get onto this. Not like we care because we don't make any money, but it's fine. So
YouTube's going to see this episode from like a long time ago, years after we're finally famous.
Yeah,
and be like, hey,
bend over.
No money for you guys. Yeah, you said fuck within the first 10 seconds.
10 minutes is more like it. But so we kind of getting back to the point. He's been giving me shit because I don't think that Logan Paul is all that. I think he's mid as fuck. He's your typical. He's good for a celebrity guest wrestler, but I don't think he's. I personally think he's curtain jerker tier at best. He's jobber material. I don't think he's all that. Yes, he's athletic, but that doesn't necessarily a good wrestler make. Frank disagrees. He thinks he's pretty upper mid card. I think is that a fair assessment, Jen?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like given the proper time, the proper training, the proper storyline, I feel like as a celebrity wrestler, yes, he is upper card. Just because he's entertaining enough, and he's a big enough draw to where. Let's be honest. If you watch any of his matches, the man has skill. That's okay. Undeniable.
Well,
and it's not just his flippy dippy shit that he has skill on, as you like to point out. The fact that he is very good at selling. The fact that this man.
So is Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, but Dolph Ziggler is also one of the very underrated greats. Let's be honest. Like, he's a fucking workhorse who works harder than most of the people in the locker room, and I feel doesn't get the proper respect he fucking deserves. Just like Mike Mizanin, The Miz. That man is one of the safest, one of the best fucking people to be paired with in the locker room.
You're getting.
Does not get the respect.
I agree, but you're getting hella off topic here.
Anyway, you said because of Dolph Ziggler. Anyway. So basically, given the proper training, the proper time, and if he actually became a full-time superstar, I feel like he could eventually hold a world title. And I mean, why not? You had fucking Seth Rollins.
So before we dig into that hot take, because this is already getting heated, the gist of what I was setting up for was I like to give him shit back about that. And I said, so today on the podcast, we're drinking your boy's energy drink. So I have 5 different flavors of Prime here, which is Logan Paul's push to the moon and back, shove it down your throat, buy Prime energy drink that he makes. And we're going to try different flavors. So, Jen, I will let you be the first to pick the first flavor because...
Also, disclaimer, I didn't even know that Prime was Logan Paul's.
Yes, which is part of why I thought this would be hilarious, because he didn't know this.
So let's check this out. So we're going to go with one of the safer bets first, I think.
Should I grab us cups?
I mean, I don't have cooties. Do you have cooties?
I just didn't know if you wanted to be a fancy bitch or not.
Nah, I don't give a shit.
Okay, fine. Crack open the... What flavor did you pick?
This is the lemon lime flavor.
Sweet, because remember, this is not a...
We're going to see.
Video. It's just a podcast. It is a safe bet, I think. Hold your thoughts on it. I want my own unfiltered opinion. Let's see what this is. I do like the cans. I will say they are very sleek looking.
I'm going to have to take a second taste of that just to kind of...
Ooh.
Are these like 0 sugar or anything?
1 sugar.
No, 0 sugar.
Oh, was 0 sugar?
These are 0 sugar. Okay.
So since you picked the flavor, I think I'll go first with my opinion on it. I am immediately... I thought this was going to be an episode where I take the piss the entire time and just give you shit for the most part. Genuinely taken aback about how good that tastes.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like... I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've definitely had better, but a lot of it's due to the fact that it's zero sugar, so it tastes like a generic lemon lime zero sugar. I'm not blown away by it.
I am. I'm blown away because I thought it was going to taste like ass.
I mean, yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah.
I'm actually surprised.
Let's be honest. This, like, celebrity energy drinks, I feel, or things of that nature, they're probably not as bad, especially if it's a bigger celebrity, just because they don't want to put their name on shit if they're any kind of good.
Honestly, please don't fuck up the recording.
Sorry.
I'll slap you.
But then you have, like, the ones that do G Fuel, like PewDiePie and things like that. Like, G Fuel is fucking delicious. Yeah. I don't care. G Fuel is amazing. But then you have the shitty energy drinks. The ones to watch out for are like the ones that have like the anime characters and things like that. Like those are the ones.
Or the ones you find at the tobacco store. You know the ones I mean. Well, the 99-cent ones, like your Rippets.
You find them at the tobacco store, or like, for instance, I found mine at a game shop, so Game Exchange.
Yes.
I got one.
They're more collector's items than they are.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like they are not meant to be consumed.
Yeah.
If you consume them, you are only doing yourself a fucking disservice.
Right. So now the fun part of this is going to be, who's gonna finish that? Because I spent a fuck ton of money on these. I say a fuck ton. It's not a lot.
So the question is, do we want to try all of them tonight? Because
that was my plan.
Be a lot of fucking drinking.
If I have to chug them all myself and just take one for the, because you're not going to do anything to me.
We're just gonna do half and half. Fuck it, because these things
that works for me.
They don't energize me. Anyway.
Okay, cool. Thank God.
Soda to me.
Thank God. So, and you know what's funny that you mentioned that, because I want to give my take back on that. Is I want to say that reminds me of not a Sprite or a Mountain Dew per se, but like a Mellow Yellow. But
I was
not
gonna say
like,
it reminds me of a sugar-free Mellow Yellow.
But yeah, it's like a knockoff Mellow Yellow is what it tastes like to me. Which, don't get me wrong, I like Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow's good.
Mellow Yellow is good.
Now that time has gone by, I can definitely taste the sugar-freeness of it.
Yeah. And like sugar-free things tend to have like a distinct taste, or zero sugar things.
But I don't knock them for that, because usually it's an aftertaste.
Yeah, it's always, well, I can't say it's always an aftertaste, but it is usually an
If it's done right, it's an aftertaste. And it's not bad. I genuinely, when I first sipped that, I thought I was sipping into a Mellow Yellow. Genuinely surprised at how good that is. I'm now actually really excited to talk about the next flavor, which I'm going to go ahead and pick while I also give you a hard time about...
So we're going to talk about my hot take really quick.
Yeah, actually, you do that.
So honestly, as I was saying, as far as Logan Paul goes, that's where I see it. The dude has talent. He clearly has draw. So if we're running through the checklist, he has talent. He has draw. He definitely works his ass off. Like, as a celebrity, he already works his ass off. He trains and he makes sure that he knows his shit for when he goes out there. So he's already got that part down. The main thing that a lot of people are held aback by as far as Logan Paul is, and I'm going to say it, the shit that he's done, it kind of makes him a shit person. And it's hard to it's really hard to get past that once you find out. That's like a lot of us being Hulk Hogan fans.
Speak for yourself.
And then,
Speak for yourself.
Well, I'm saying. But no, like back in the day, man, when we were kids, you can't tell me you didn't sit there and cheer Hulk Hogan.
I was never a Hogan guy.
You were never a Hogan guy?
Well,
not even like Hollywood NWO Hogan?
I wasn't Hollywood NWO guy because I didn't because he was super heel. The only heels that I liked, I already told you this story. Scott Hall was my guy.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Because I always played Razor Ramon on the WrestleMania arcade game for the Genesis.
That's fair. So, but well, for me, I was a Hogan guy. Like, I loved Hulk Hogan. Again, he reminded me of my grandpa. Like, if you've ever seen a picture of my grandfather, you'd be like, holy shit, he looks very similar.
Is that Jack Dude Brother? Anyway.
Yeah, right. Is that Jack Dude Brother? But no, like, it's just, it's a hard thing to separate somebody's career from the person themselves. It's so a lot of people are very turned off by Logan Paul because, again, I'm going to say it, he's kind of a shit person for some of the shit that he's done. He publicly apologized to Japan as far as I know.
For which
for
incident?
That shit. Well, the Suicide Forest.
Oh, right, the Suicide Forest, not the, being an ass in Japan.
Well, it was probably the entirety of it. Like,
I think that was a separate. I think that was a separate trip.
No, it was all one trip.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, no, he was an asshole, and he did the whole fucking the Dead Forest thing.
Yes.
Or Suicide Forest thing, and Japan politely and not so politely asked him to never fucking come back.
Right. Well,
to my knowledge, he's like one of the only people that I've ever seen in the modern day get banned from an entire country.
This is a good point.
Like,
this is a good point. So
publicly banned.
So my issues with him are that for the person, but like, I genuinely, for me, you know me, I'm a traditionalist when it comes to wrestling. I don't appreciate a part-time celebrity, and not a very good one, coming in and inserting himself into main event matches and the biggest company in this industry without paying any dues whatsoever, other than lining someone's pocketbooks.
I'm gonna stop your hot take for a second, because Logan Paul didn't weasel himself into the fucking WWE. WWE has been celebrity whores for a long fucking time.
Well, I'm not saying that it's his fault that happened.
They dragged him into this.
Yes, but I'm saying okay, fair. But, I mean, like, he was put into that situation. And, again, I'm not blaming him, because if they were to come to us and offer us a deal to jump into a main event match at Mania, I'm taking it. I'm not blaming him, and I expect people to give me shit for it.
No, just the other part I want to put a pin in really quick. Keep in mind, I understand your part-timing the thing, and I completely agree. He should not be in the world title thing right now. That's why I specifically said if he were to become a full-time wrestler, a full-time superstar, and actually trained and did shit, not immediately, but over time, given the right story, given the right proof that he's actually good at what he does, the man has main event caliber.
Well, that's just
he has world title caliber.
I
he
don't
has that
see
potential.
I don't see that potential in him, because for what he's done, other than visually, nothing he's done has impressed me. Like I said, the flippy dippy shit, the colliding with Ricochet, it's a spectacle. It's great he's a sideshow attraction. He's Doink the Clown in my book. I'm sorry. He's Doink the Clown level fucking cool to see. Which is fine. I like Doink. I get a kick out of Doink. I like Eugene. He could have been tag team champions with William Regal. That's fine.
I just saw an old Eugene clip today. Speaking of that motherfucker, you remember when so DX was still around and you had Maria Kanellis? She played the dumb reporter.
Yeah.
So
it was in his heyday when he was just about out the door at that point in time.
Well, fucking Triple H's like, if you don't like that, we got 2 words for you. And she said something, and he's like, no, it's, yeah. And she's like, I don't think I understand. Oh, let me demonstrate for you. And Sean's like, no, and pulls him away. And then she goes up to you, and she's like, DX just told me that. And she's like, oh, and he fucking just faints. Like, that shit is fantastic.
That's funny.
I fucking miss Eugene, man.
Yeah, I mean, Eugene could not exist in the WWE in today's.
Oh, absolutely
not.
Yeah. Not in today's
not
political
a fucking
climate.
Chance.
Like, there's no fucking way that a character like that would be accepted.
Yeah, there's not a chance. There's a reason that Goldust doesn't exist anymore.
I swear to God. But, get back to it really quick. Let's try this flavor.
Yes.
Get this one 2 out of 5?
Yes, this is the 2nd out of 5 flavors.
So yeah, 2 out of 5.
Scale of 1 to 10, what do you give the lemon lime?
For the lemon lime, I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Fair enough.
I think it's a good one because that's just because I don't have anything to go off of. The taste might change, or the score might change, but I picked a strawberry watermelon. We're gonna see. I'm gonna sip first.
Fair enough.
And then you're gonna sip, and then you're gonna give your take, and then I'll give mine. I feel like whoever picks gets the take last.
Fair enough. That's a lot more sour than I was expecting.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you think of that one?
I'm not a fan.
I do not like that one whatsoever. That one tastes like hot ass to me.
So it's like I see the idea of it, and I can kind of taste like a fusion of strawberry and watermelon.
But it tastes like strawberry and watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
Worse.
Like the sour ones.
So I like the strawberry, or I like the watermelon Jolly Ranchers. I don't think they have strawberry.
They have, well, you know what I mean.
Cherry ones.
Like it's so overpoweringly strong.
Yeah. That one actually made my whole mouth pucker.
It actually, because I have Fun Dip at the house. I know I'm a child, but they have watermelon flavored Fun Dip at the house. They put it in water and put it in a can.
That's basically it. Yeah.
As a kid, we used to have these. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they had these for the Spider-Man 3 movie. Mm-hmm. Some off-brand thing. They had like these little sodas. They're like green apple flavored sodas. They're like really small and they're sour. Tastes like sour apple. You've had them? That is what that reminds me of.
Yeah, that was overpowering and horrible. So on a rating, I'm going to give that like a 2 out of 10.
I was giving that a 2 out of 10. I think we've established which one so far is the worst.
Yeah. Alright, so here's how I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to reach in, and I'm going to pick a drink at random.
I like that. I also feel like
we're gonna see
we need a... Matter of fact, give me the lemon lime back for a second. I need to get that out of my mouth. That was horrible. If you like it, fine. Good on you.
That's why I have a wild cherry Pepsi sitting here, so I have a...
Taste that again.
I already did.
Right after that?
Yeah.
Did it make this one retroactively worse?
No, it actually made that one better by comparison to my palate.
I feel like I still have that in my mouth. Hold on. It's definitely better than that one. Yeah. But I also feel like it's more sour now to me.
Alright.
Alright, go ahead.
Let's do this thing. So...
we just need to move on from that train wreck. That was horrible. Quite a choice.
The one that I am sure that's going to be my second least favorite.
Really?
I am not a fruit punch person.
I feel like this is going to be one of my top 2.
Yeah, I don't like fruit punch. So we're going to see how this works.
Cool. Sounds good to me. And while I taste, I want you to give me your rebuttal for what I said. About how I feel like that's anybody. I feel like anybody could be main event caliber, but I just don't see it with him. I want to smell it. Ooh. Go ahead.
You go ahead. You get it first because I tasted first.
That's right.
That's how that works.
That's right. I actually really like this one.
So, I'm going to say...
Tropical Punch, by the way.
Tropical Punch is the flavor. Setting aside, which Tropical Punch, it's just fucking fruit punch.
You have to specify for them.
Setting aside my distaste for fruit punch, as far as fruit punches go, it's pretty good. Am I going to go and buy it myself? No. Would I recommend it to somebody that actually likes fruit punch? Absolutely.
What I would recommend this to also is people who like, because I was just talking to Akti about in high school. We had these. It was like in a very similar can to this actually. These wild cherry, like sparkling juices that you could buy.
I think that's why I don't like fruit punch as much, because that cherry flavor is very prevalent.
It very much so tastes just like that to me.
Which is really weird considering I like cherry Coke and Dr. Pepper and cherry Pepsi.
Right. Well, I loved those in high school. They were like a sparkling cherry flavor, wild cherry flavored like juice drink.
Yeah.
And in high school, when your only other option is water out of the nasty fountains or milk, you're going to want to try to, every once in a while, branch out into something that isn't one of those two things.
Yeah.
And having a nice carbonated beverage always, helps push down those nasty school lunches. And this tastes just like those to me. And I love those in high school. So
now that I think about it, I'm surprised that I didn't, die in school from fucking drinking after the water fountain. Kids put their whole ass mouths on that water fountain.
Yeah.
And then yeah. I don't know who thought water fountains were a great idea, but...
They were wrong.
They're correct. Public germs like that should not be shared.
They're fine if you use them correctly. Do you want any more of this?
No.
I might just keep this one to myself. What's your rating?
You can absolutely do
What's your rating on this one?
As far as fruit punches go, I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10.
That's exactly what I was going to say, but I'll give you one even better. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5. I want to go to 9, but I want to leave room on my scale here.
You want to pick the next one, or you want to do random?
Let's do. Let's talk a bit. Let's let our palates kind of rest for a minute.
But in rebuttal to what you were saying, going back to the whole Logan Paul thing, I disagree. As far as that could be anybody, not anybody, is main event caliber. There, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, Zach Gowen is going to main event caliber, but I mean he's kind of working with a disability there.
Yeah.
I meant that in a sense of if you train up if they get trained up properly and can prove that they're good, then yeah, that could be anybody. I don't think he has the charisma for it. Logan Paul has the charisma for a demographic of 12 and under. Which, again, that's the WWE demographic nowadays.
I was going to say, A, the WWE definitely has that. B, again, he checks every single box.
Please explain.
He checks every single fucking box. I've already explained it 3 times. He's a draw. The man can work. The man can actually do what the fuck he's supposed to. Remember everything and put on a hell of a show. Live in one take. He has not had yet, out of the couple of matches that he's had.
So you don't have much of a...
He's not had a bad match. He hasn't had a whole bunch of fucking botches. If you watch through his matches, you would think that he's been doing it for a while. Regardless of what you think about him as a person or anything like that, if you had never seen wrestling before and you sat down and you didn't know who Logan Paul was, you would think that he was a fucking part of it.
I'm not saying he's not a worker. I'm not saying he's not athletic and he can't work his ass off. But as I've been saying for years now, work rate does not a world champion make.
Yes and no.
Yes,
I'm going to agree and disagree.
You have to have a good work rate. I feel like you can't completely neglect your work rate because then you end up with another Goldberg.
Yeah.
But you need to have charisma. And I hate when I start telling this to people, oh, you're like Vince McMahon, you like big sweaty men. No, I just like people with a goddamn personality outside of driftwood.
One time.
Yes, but you're not the only one who said that.
Fair enough.
But I just want someone to have personality outside of wheat toast.
I understand that. Honestly, I love you. You're picky as fuck.
Yes! Yes! And what is wrong with that? God damn it. We as wrestling fans have been... It's the same thing with Star Wars fans at this point. And Sonic fans. We are taking scraps that are handed to us. Well, at least it isn't as dog shit as the last thing. No! No! We deserve better than that.
And we've been getting it. That's what I'm saying, though. So,
Who?
Calm down, Kofi.
Actually, you should have said something like, owl or something like that because I was like, woo! Anyway, sorry, bad jokes aside.
They did their whole whoo, whoo, whoo.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Anyway,
I'm the big one.
But no, like, and I agree, we do deserve better, but that's what I'm saying, is like, for you, he doesn't have that, but I'm not talking about just you, I'm talking about, like, the vast majority of people. If you go online and actually look at a lot of people's opinions and shit, a lot of people fucking love him. He does have charisma. Keep in mind, he doesn't have a whole lot of fucking promos. He doesn't have a whole fuck ton of
And this is exactly
experience.
why I think it's too early for you to say he's world champion caliber. I've seen the motherfucker try to act.
I said, from what I have seen so far, and if properly trained,
there's not enough to go
he
on.
has potential.
Is
all that I am saying.
Greatly disagree. I think at best, his best case scenario, with much more time in developmental, down in NXT, in the Performance Center, and taking some goddamn acting classes, because I'm going to be honest, I've seen him act. It's not good. It's not pretty. Best case scenario, he has a nice, safe, cushiony, long run with the Cruiserweight title.
The fuck out of here.
Sorry.
You gotta be a little
NXT title.
You gotta be a little bit more respectful than that.
No, I'll give him a US title run.
I was gonna say, at the very least.
At the very most.
At the very least, a US title.
He gets a good US title run. Maybe even a world championship match that he will lose. Because he does not deserve... That's the closest he needs to get to the world title, is as United States champion, losing a champion versus champion match for the world title. Like, that is the peak of his... Should be the peak of his career. He should never win a Royal Rumble. He shouldn't be a face, number one. Oh, right off the top.
Well, I mean, naturally, most people that start out, unless they are actually debuting intentionally,
He should never be a face.
Let's be honest, most celebrities are going to be face.
He should.
Because of the... I mean, I agree, he would probably make a better heel.
He's like, you should
The
never turn the
problem
Miz
is-
face.
The problem is that the way the crowd receives him, the crowd fucking loves him.
Did you watch the same Royal Rumble that I did? He got booed out of the arena.
Which Royal Rumble?
This last one.
The last one?
Yeah, he got the shit booed out of him, and then the shit kicked out of him.
This was the Royal Rumble that he did the shit with Ricochet, right?
Yes. But when he entered, they were booing the fuck out of him.
And by the time that he did it, by the time it was done,
He was working
cheering.
heel, though.
Yeah.
From what I noticed, he was working heel, which is fine. He can, like I said, I have no problem with him being in the business, but what I have a problem with is him being even considered world champion. Even considered for a match for the world title.
As of right now, yeah.
He needs to be at NXT.
So give us some time.
Run him through NXT at best, and he'll start earning more
Don't
respect.
fucking run him through NXT, because all NXT does, let's be 1,000% honest right now. NXT is now where careers go to fucking die.
Damn, I was hoping you wouldn't catch that. No.
Like, as soon as you are brought up from the fucking... let's talk about this for a second, because this actually genuinely pisses me off. Okay?
Hold that thought. Blue raspberry.
You
Go
son
ahead.
of a bitch!
No, go ahead.
Anyway.
I'm going to start cracking it open. You go ahead and say your part.
So this genuinely pisses me off about WWE, is they will sit there, they have a developmental brand in NXT. So what do? They take superstars, they put them in matches, they develop their shit, and then they move them to the main roster, which in its formula is perfect. Okay? It is absolutely wonderful. It is a great idea. You're giving them TV time so that they're not just some rando from developmental that's coming up. You know who the fuck they are. My problem is two major fucking things. One, quit changing their goddamn names. I swear to God.
Yes.
Stop changing the names when they move from NXT to the main fucking roster.
Not just the names, but the gimmicks, too.
That, too, yes. Stop changing the names and the gimmicks. They made it to the main roster
with
on
that
the fucking merits of that gimmick and that name. Quit it.
But do they
Matt Riddle. Fucking Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Is a prime example. And he's one of the exceptions to the fucking rule. He has made a wonderful mid-card career. Okay? He has had a few world title matches. Mostly that he's lost. All that he's lost. But still, he was in the world title picture. You know. But for the longest time, why the fuck would you just call him Riddle? That makes no god. Matt Riddle has a better fucking ring to it.
They're lazy.
Than Riddle.
It's one letter away from being Riddler.
Like, that pisses me off so much. And then when they move, the second thing that really pisses me off is when they move from NXT to the main roster, they get either put in shit fucking gimmicks, Judgment Day, or they lose their shit entirely. Like, fucking...
What was his fucking name? The dude who had the fucking, like the diaper on his face. No, what? Not that weird fucking mask they put him in. That looked like the smacked ass. What was his fucking name?
No fucking idea.
Karrion Kross. Yeah, Karrion Kross. What the fuck was that? Can we just...
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Karrion Kross in WWE. All I know is that in NXT, Karrion Kross was the fucking guy.
Wait, let's touch on that. WWE treats NXT like it's not WWE.
And that's the thing that pisses me off. And I think that's kind of the thing that pisses Trips off, too, to be honest, because a lot of that was fucking Vince.
That's why they want his old ass back in the company.
Yeah, like, so that's what really pissed me off, is a lot of it is fucking Triple H ran NXT. NXT is Triple H's baby.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So he wants the superstars to succeed. Well, fucking Vince is sitting up there and being like, well, I'm not going to let him be able to fucking... make his people succeed because I want who I want.
Right.
And fuck whatever he wants. So he gave them shit gimmicks, shit storylines, changed their fucking name, fucking put these people through shit, and they're trying to make, good shit sandwiches out of it.
And then fire them because they didn't get over on the bullshit he put them through when they got over just fine before he changed their gimmick and names.
Exactly. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it as a prime fucking example. I don't like Judgment Day. That is a shit fucking gimmick. It's a shit fucking stable. It's
gotten way too complicated.
I love Rhea Ripley. I love Damian Priest.
Dominic Mysterio is there.
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio is there.
Exists. I love Dominic Mysterio's father.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. I try to like Dominic. I try, and then he opens his mouth. And
he's shit, maskless, taller, goofier version of his dad.
And oh my god, did you see the shit that he was doing, like, with Eddie's shit?
Yeah.
Like, sitting there doing the fucking shimmy and shit. I'm like, dude.
That's what that was? I thought he was having a fucking stroke.
I swear to God. Like, so, dude, you need to not. Although, going back to that, so, we're going to talk about the Blue Raspberry really quick.
Yes.
So, this was actually pretty fucking good.
I fucking love it. Let me see.
You can have that fruit punch shit. I will take that.
Happily. Oh, you cock. Hold on.
SmackDown versus Raw.
Branding. Logan Paul, KSI, hit us up for a brand deal.
Right.
Fuck me. Dude. That's a tough one.
Get away from my cords.
Ooh. I could see myself maybe getting sick of the tropical punch.
No, the blue raspberry.
The blue raspberry is a 9 out of 10 for me.
That's an absolute 9 out of 10.
Absolutely. We're agreeing on shit accidentally tonight. How is this happening?
I don't know, but I'm a fan.
We've agreed for 3 different flavors so far.
So we are going to try this last one really quick, and then we're going to finish
the episode out
and finish talking about what we were saying.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, I don't give a fuck what you say. Logan Paul has an amazing frog splash.
To be honest, I've not seen enough of it to...
The only 2 people that have ever done a better frog splash is Eddie himself and RVD.
Then on general merits alone, then yes, I'll give you that. It's better than everyone else's, sure. Because no one else hits a good frog splash.
Nobody fucking hits
No one hits a frog splash.
But that's what's beautiful about it. He's not even a fucking full-time pro wrestler. And he hits a better frog splash than fucking anybody.
I need to see...
That's what I'm saying.
I need to see it. When we're done here, I'll pull it up. Or you can pull it up if you want.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull it up really quick.
I want to see it because I don't have a good vivid memory of it in my head right now.
Really quick, orange mango is the flavor, which I'm really hoping it's good. Because mango flavored fucking anything. Orange and mango
are 2
orange and mango
flavors.
are just wonderful together, but mango itself is like my favorite thing.
Can orange mango dethrone blue raspberry? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, don't say a word. I don't want any bias. Don't make a face. I don't want any preconceived notions on this. I like to smell them too. Definitely has that, smells like a real mango. It has that real mango smell. Let's see. Okay. You want me to go first? You want to go first?
I'm going to go first on this. Or actually, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm massively disappointed. Massively disappointed. It's not as bad as the strawberry watermelon. I'll give it that. But I am disappointed in that flavor. I was hoping for a bit more.
I'll give it this. It's good.
Yes. I'll say it's good.
It's good. And as nasty as it is when I burped, it actually tasted good. Like, the aftertaste is not AIDS.
The aftertaste on all of these wasn't terrible. With the exception of the strawberry watermelon. But the taste on that one was ass too. So
I mean, that's absolutely fair. But the aftertaste on this is actually great. I like the orange mango flavor. It's fucking wonderful. I'm giving this a solid 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 6. I don't hate it. I don't really like it. Out of all of these, I would definitely not be picking up the orange mango. Clearly, I think we have a 2 clear front runners.
And blue raspberry.
Yeah. Clearly, you're not going to pick up the tropical punch.
No.
I can see what your 2 are going to be. The orange mango and the blue raspberry. Mine are going to be the tropical punch and the blue raspberry.
But blue raspberry is, at that point, it's number 1.
Blue raspberry, blue raspberry easily takes the cake. Far and away. 9 out of 10, easy.
Let's do this then. What would be your rating as far as... Because I know you don't really drink energy drinks, so I want to see what your rating is first. As far as compared to other energy drinks that are 0 sugar.
So, compared to other energy drinks, I have had my fair share of experiences with energy drinks. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to come out and say it. Prime really surprised me today. It's a real sleeper hit, actually. I think this tastes... Fuck it, I'm going to just say it. This is the best energy drink I've ever had. Garna. And you know me. If it were shit, I would be quick to call it out. Because I love shitting on Logan Paul. But, dude,
damn it.
Not sponsored in any way, so you can know this is true. I fucking genuinely enjoy these. I might actually start drinking these. They're good. Hit me up in about 2 hours to see how they're affecting me.
Right.
Well, a matter of fact, we'll do a follow-up video on my bowels afterwards. But,
So out of a 10.
Out of a 10, I'd give it a solid 8. 7 or 8. Because I'm still not big on the whole energy drink.
Not all the flavors hit.
So yeah, that's fair. So I'll give it like a 7.5 to be fair. And again, I'm not a big energy drink guy. I've had experiences with now Prime, G Fuel. I've only had one G Fuel though, so that's not really fair either to G Fuel. I have to give them another try. I would say Mountain Dew Gain Fuel would be my favorite. If one, it's not discontinued, and two, it actually was. Let's be honest, an energy drink. It's caffeinated, extra caffeinated soda, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Monster, Red Bull. I think I've had a sip of Nas once. I've had Rippets. I've had a couple Rippets.
Rippets are pretty good.
I will say, as much as I shit on Rippet that one earlier in the episode, they're not bad. I rank them as my least favorite out of all the ones that I've had.
But still,
only because Red Bull isn't even in my favorite. It tastes like piss water.
I fucking can't stand.
I hate Red Bull.
That shit is so disgusting.
It's so disgusting.
When people sit there and tell me "Oh, I drink a Red Bull,"
how? Yeah, how do you drink? That's like people who drink black coffee.
I hate myself, but not that fucking much.
So Red Bull, easy 0 out of 10. Yeah. Rippets, I'll give them a solid 5 out of 10. They're not great. They're not bad. They're just there. Monster I feel like gets an unfair advantage because it has such a wide variety of types of it.
Well, you gotta think though, when they first started, it was literally just the green one. And
so if we're going off just Green Monster, then Green Monster would get like a 5 out of 10 as well.
I'll say typically we're since these are 0 sugar, I'm trying to keep it with the 0
the
sugar
blue
energy drinks.
That's still kind of the first two original flavors.
Comparison to, I'm gonna say this. So as far as 0 sugar energy drinks, they're my second favorite.
What's your first?
Bang.
I've also had Bang. I've also had Bang.
I love Bang energy drinks. They taste delicious, and so for some of them, you really can't tell that they're 0 sugar. They don't have that weird they don't have that weird taste to them.
Bang gets a 4 out of 10 for me, simply because they're so drastically different.
I love quality. Them. Yeah, fuck those.
No. I like certain Bangs. I really like so that I have high highs, but low lows.
With Bang. They have terrible lows with Bang.
Yeah, that fucking unicorn bullshit.
Risky. So unicorn's not bad.
No, not unicorn. That's birthday cake.
Birthday cake's delicious.
No, the fuck it is not.
Birthday cake was delicious.
Was it? It was. What's the one with the blue can? The light blue
cake.
Can with the pink.
Birthday. Unicorn.
It tastes like liquid Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Whichever one it was fucking disgusting, and I chucked the whole can out of my car. I was disgusted.
There was only one Bang that I've ever done that to, and that was the fucking champagne flavored one.
I haven't had that one.
That's at Dollar Tree. Don't buy it. It is beyond disgusting.
For me, Bang is so mixed. Like, it's such a mixed bag.
But on its highs, it's very fucking good.
Well, on its highs, it's good, but I get burnt out with the highs, too.
Same.
So that's why I think
that's kind of like why my drink of choice for, like, the longest time has been just Green Monster.
Right. Because you know what you're getting with Green Monster. It's not fantastic. It's not god-awful. It's just it's fuel.
Like, shut up and let me drink my battery acid. Just leave me the fuck alone.
It's fuel. But
as far as that goes, I give Prime, in comparison to 0 sugar energy drinks, Bang is my favorite, and then Prime. Prime is actually pretty fucking good.
I'm very impressed with...
Keep in mind, I'm not saying the energy drinks like Maw, for instance, because Maw would definitely be like number 1.
You're a big
by far
Maw guy. Yeah.
I am. I love Maw energy drinks. Like the powder into the drink with a shaker. It's very fucking good. Those are probably the best tasting energy drinks I've ever had.
I almost feel like at that point though,
it's
a different category though.
I feel like it is too, because they're non-carbonated. So you'd have to take like the carbonated energy versus non-carbonated.
And you get to pick. You're making it. You're flavoring it yourself. It's a. Yeah. I feel like that's to compare them to that would be unfair. But
as far as that goes, yeah, they're my second favorite zero sugar out of a can.
I'm genuinely.
And then as far as other energy drinks are concerned, though, they are not even top 10.
There's not really great. There's been a craze ever since Monster and Red Bull.
Not top 10. There's not a whole lot.
Since Monster and Red Bull came out, there was a craze sweeping across the world of energy drinks, and none of them were any good.
You know what was a sleeper, in my opinion?
What?
The blueberry acai Full Throttle.
I keep forgetting Full Throttle even exists. And Rockstar.
Fucking amazing. Fuck Rockstar. That shit is...
I've never had any of them.
Rockstar is absolutely disgusting.
Dude, seriously?
Like, get the fuck off.
Your cats are on drugs.
Yeah, I know. They're fucking assholes. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Full Throttle. Or not Full Throttle. Yeah, definitely not regular. I don't like the citrus one. I love the blueberry one. What was the other one? Rockstar. Rockstar's fucking... I would rather drink Red Bull.
Jesus Christ, is it that bad?
I don't like it.
Holy hell. Ooh, I just thought of something. The lemon lime flavor? Taste it again.
Okay.
Go ahead and have a sip. Drinks like a soda, kicks like an energy drink.
Not even close.
It kind of gives off that vibe.
Not even close.
It's not as good, but it gives off that same kind of vibe, though.
No.
Ooh, child abduction alert. Anyway.
Crazy.
What were you doing out in Chattanooga? No, I'm just kidding. I feel like it doesn't taste like Vault, but it gives off that same kind of Vault. Yeah, your other one. Somebody's phone was going off in there. I heard it.
Yeah, it was my iPhone 11. It's sitting in my backpack right now.
Mr. fucking Kevin Gates +1 with your 3 phones. Yeah, I think that this has been a pretty good video. I'm definitely feeling it, by the way. I'm starting to feel it right now.
I'm not. So we're going to check this out really quick. I'm going to show you Logan Paul doing a frog splash. If this is the right one. Well, this isn't the right one, but it's still...
What are you just throwing her?
The top of the ring padding.
This was a natural, right? Okay. I'll give him that.
That was fucking beautiful.
That was pretty
on point. Fucking just beautiful.
He got the movement down. Like I'll give him his credit. That was a good frog splash. Obviously, it's not better than Eddie or Rob.
That's what I said. Like, he has the third best frog splash in the fucking industry.
But when you say it like that, it's not saying much. You're really not saying much.
Well, considering how many superstars regularly try to do some form of the frog splash.
That's what I'm saying. You're not saying much by saying it's the third best. That's saying it's the only other one that's any good whatsoever.
Because it is.
But yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So the reason
it's just the way you worded it.
I don't know. The way I worded it, because the way that it sounds like is an accomplishment. Because the only two that are better than his out of everybody that tries to do the fucking frog splash, which there's quite a few people.
I'll say it like this. Go ahead.
His is the third best.
I'll say it like this. Look it up yourself, and you'll understand what I'm saying. Is that by saying it's the third best, it's a wide fucking net you're casting there, though. Because even if it's only slightly better than the dog shit that everyone else does, obviously it's third best, and that leaves a fucking chasm. But I think if anything, saying it the way you did undersold it is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you got to go out and look at it yourself. It's not a bad frog splash. I think it's a pretty good frog splash.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, just little shit like that I notice. If he were to improve upon, and like I said, fucking Roman Reigns. A couple of years ago, we were all pissed off at Roman Reigns because he was a dog shit heel or a dog shit face that was being fucking forced down our throats. Now he knows how to do a fucking promo after John Cena destroyed his ass on a fucking promo.
The reason he knows
he had to get better.
In defense, the reason he knows how to do a good promo now is because his promos aren't much. He doesn't talk much still. That's the thing. You give him the mic.
He's still tall.
But I'm saying, you gave him the mic and you walked away back then, and that's how you get suffering succotash Sylvester out there on the mic. You give him the mic, and you wait right beside him, and you'll wait for him to say something stupid. Because the second that you feel something stupid is about to come out of his mouth, Paul Heyman takes the mic. And I think that's fucking brilliant. They needed... The bloodline is perfect.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like, Roman Reigns, let's be honest, as a face, had the personality of cardboard. And look at him now.
But see, I put that up... See, that's where I think there's a fundamental difference here. Roman was shit back then because of what he had been given. What his character was, what his written shit was. Roman Reigns, whatever his real name is, he's not a bad... Like, he's not a charisma vacuum.
Yeah.
If you give him the right material to work with. He's an intimidating beast. Out of all 3 stars, when the Shield was out and about, when the Shield first was like running around, who did you think the breakout star of that group was going to be? Realistically now. Not fucking copium with old John Moxley.
Well, let's be honest. Mox was doing shit way long before. But, honestly, I the way that I saw it when it first happened is the way that it happened. Because for me, it was Seth Rollins.
I think Seth is overrated as fuck, too.
Yes and no. So, Seth, I feel like Seth has earned his overratedness, though. Because, let's be honest, the dude is fucking fantastic. He's one of the best heels in the fucking company, currently. Like, he is so easy to fucking hate, but when he gets you on his side, he's like Randy Orton, in a sense. He's very, he knows how to work the crowd to a point where he will make you hate his fucking guts, and he gets off on that. I swear to God he does. But then he'll turn around, and there will be times where he's projected as a face, or at least the lesser of 2 evils.
And I still boo the fuck out of him. Because he's always a chicken shit heel to me.
That's his fucking gimmick. He's the chicken shit heel.
God, he sucks.
He's the one that... It's like
so
fucking...
many balls.
That's like saying that Edge sucked. Edge was a chicken shit heel, too.
Edge had charisma, and he actually... Dude, Seth Rollins sucks all the balls. Like, I'm sorry. Dude, Seth Rollins is overrated as fuck. I can't stand Seth Rollins. He's so overrated.
He's only got one of the coolest fucking looking finishers as well.
But the curb stomp?
Yes.
Curb stomp, man. The curb stomp is...
It's a deadly... Have you ever seen somebody get fucking curb stomped?
It's a good move, but like... I mean,
Not only was it a great move, but fucking, let's be honest. I'll tell you right now why I don't think he's overrated. WrestleMania.
That was more...
WrestleMania with Randy motherfucking Orton.
I give that more to Orton, though.
No, it was fucking both of them, because they had been trying to do that RKO all fucking day.
I know they've been trying to do that all day.
Fucking
and I know it took him a lot of, like, it was hard for him to do that. But, God, the curb stomp is good, but we're splitting hairs at this point. Like, I feel like the curb stomp at this point is just splitting hairs.
The curb stomp is fantastic. I don't care what you say. He's got amazing charisma. Because he has to, because he doesn't have the jacked and swole fucking body, brother.
So many balls.
Yeah, no.
I don't like Seth Rollins. I mean, he's not... I'll give him this. He doesn't piss me off, or... He's not as, like, frustratingly overrated to me as Bryan Danielson is. But, like... Which I don't think there will ever be another wrestler that I despise more... just for their sheer overratedness than Bryan Danielson, but I feel like
unless Logan Paul goes full time.
Yeah, dude. I think that might be the fucking one that finally tops it. It's no secret here on the Dual Wheel Podcast. I can't fucking stand Daniel Bryan. Not the person, the wrestler. I think he sucks, but
As a person, he's legit.
As a person, he's a great guy from what I've seen. But he would be a great guy managing a small team of graphic designers somewhere out in California with his hipster ass. I feel like that's where his like glass ceiling should have been. Graphic design. Like, but that's just me.
I fucking hate you.
I fucking can't stand the fellaciating of Daniel Bryan in his career. I think he sucks. But I don't like Seth Rollins because he bores me. He doesn't bore me anywhere near as much as DB does.
Bro, I don't know what to say to that.
I'll give him the curb stomp.
I'll say fucking. I've seen a couple of bad Seth Rollins matches, but never boring. I've seen like a couple of bad matches where like shit just wasn't happening. But
you've never seen a boring Seth Rollins match?
I've never seen a boring.
You've never seen a boring Seth Rollins match?
I swear to fucking God.
Hell in a Cell versus The Fiend? You've never seen a boring Seth Rollins match?
First of all, that wasn't boring.
It was boring as fuck.
Bullshit.
It was boring as fuck.
That wasn't boring. It was just bullshit.
It was boring. It was both, actually. You want to know what else was a boring Seth Rollins match? His first title win. Yeah, it was a boring Seth Rollins match. The match was boring as fuck. He came in after Brock and Reigns had a boring fucking match that started to get good, and then he interrupted it.
I was gonna say that wasn't his match, so
yeah,
it was not boring.
It counts. It was boring.
It
was boring as fuck. I've not seen a good Seth Rollins match that I think is 5-star match of the year.
The only thing that actually made me not like him for a while is that fucking power bomb, that
buckle bomb,
the buckle bomb that he does, and he did that to Finn Balor on the outside right after Finn Balor won the fucking WWE title,
and then
fucking injured him.
Oh, there you go. Fucking Seth Rollins versus Sting.
Oh my god. Again, not boring, just bad.
You know what? I feel like it's not boring simply for the fact that he ended a man's career, or at least almost did.
Yeah, that was.
Fucking Sting said that shit hurt. I'm going to AEW. That's what the fuck he said after he got the fucking bomb. Jesus Christ. He said
that shit hurt. I'm going to AEW.
He hit the turnbuckle and he was like, I wonder if Dixie's got my number blocked. Fuck it.
Speaking of, apparently TNA's still a thing.
Yeah, that shocks me, by the way. Fucking, I feel like that sentence is going to be uttered throughout the dawn of time. Fucking the year 4033. Fucking, so apparently TNA's still a thing. Fucking.
Year 4033. Who the fuck is keeping this company going?
Well, it's because it's the company that never dies. I feel like TNA at this point isn't a what, but it's a like.
You know what pisses me off?
I feel like it's a living being at this point.
You know what pisses me off about current TNA?
That it exists.
That it's not like it used to be, like at all. They had some of the coolest, most fucking innovative matches that I've ever seen. Plus 6-sided ring. That was the shit.
People sucked that ring's dick to death. Nobody liked working in that fucking ring. No one liked working in that thing. Look up any interview from anyone who ever worked in that fucking ring. They fucking hated it.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't looked at
it. Was a bitch. It's hard. Like harder than your typical 4-sided ring. All over the goddamn place. It's just a bitch to do spots in. People hated that ring. AJ specifically shits on that ring to this day. He hates that fucking ring.
Yeah.
People didn't mind it because it was what made them different. But at the same time, they hated working a 6-sided ring. And when they got that 4-sided ring, they were okay with that.
Well, see, the problem
TNA hasn't been that TNA since that TNA first started existing, and then like a week later, they stopped being that TNA. Let's be honest, that TNA has constantly been not what it used to be.
See, the thing that pisses me off is, especially like so with TNA and AEW and all that shit, yes, I understand that there's a lot of WWE guys that get let go every year. There's a lot of them that have, that need work and shit. The biggest problem with any other fucking wrestling company is that as soon as you start hiring WWE guys, you start getting fucked. It's like a fucking curse. Because WCW started that shit. WCW took people from fucking WWF.
Well, see, that's not how it worked back then. That's the problem. TNA kept trying to be the new WCW, which should have never been your goal in the fucking first place. You should have been wanting to be the new WWF.
Yeah.
Instead of the new WCW, because you see how fucking well being WCW worked out for goddamn WCW. You see how well that worked out for those fuckers. Like, you want to try to be WCW by taking in all their guys, but you don't have... First of all, you don't have the fucking balls that WCW had.
Nor the fucking money.
Yes, the balls, the money, or the staying power of WCW.
Like, the fact that they even had the money to pay the WWE guys... Because let's be honest, the WWE guys are used to getting paid a fucking decent.
Yeah, but where else would the fuck?
Especially if they were good merch sellers.
Yeah, but where else were they gonna go? Back to WWE?
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, but still, like, it's one of those things that's like, how did you fucking have it? Because they're not gonna work for peanuts.
Well, that's why the old guys got pushed so much. Because. Well, if I'm going to come in and I'm going to take a pay cut anyway, I at least want to be putting good storylines and put higher up on the card. They're not making anywhere near what they made at fucking...
Oh, absolutely fucking not. No other company has the money that Vince had. Right. And AEW... has, sorry. And AEW is the closest thing to it. But hell, even then, like...
They're still second place.
Yeah, they're literally... Yeah.
A firm second place. And honestly... They had the AEW, to kind of switch gears for just a second, we're going to come back to TNA. AEW fucked themselves. They shot themselves in the foot. AEW could very well have been the new actual WCW and given WWE a run for its money. And possibly even dethroned WWE.
The problem is...
There was one fatal mistake. You put goddamn Tony Khan in charge of everything. Tony Khan is a fucking... MJF put it best. You fucking mark. Tony Khan is a mark. He's not a booker. He's not a fucking manager. He's a goddamn wrestling mark. And he marked out. And he lost control of everything with 3 little syllables. CM Punk. Fucked AEW. Right up its pooper.
Yeah.
And you know me. I loved Punk.
So here's my big issue with that. And I'm going to say I don't blame Tony Khan for this.
I don't blame him for that specifically.
I would say that
no.
Right there, I don't blame him for that because let's be honest, Punk wasn't about to go back to fucking WWE.
No, not at all.
Like, him and WWE, as far as I understand, have bad blood.
Like, it was like...
Like, they fired him on the day of his wedding. Type shit. Like he wasn't going to go back to WWE.
It's like Owen's wife, bad blood.
Right. But fucking... so he needed a place to go, but in Tony Khan's eyes, he saw money. Because that's exactly what the fuck Punk was in the beginning.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him for signing Punk.
Punk fucked AEW.
I don't blame him for signing Punk. I don't blame him for maybe losing control of Punk. He could have stepped up a little bit better in that media scrum.
So my thing is, why the fuck is Tony Khan in charge of him and not people like Cody Rhodes? Or fucking the Young Bucks.
Because Cody had stepped down by then. And that's the problem. He has an issue with the Young Bucks. And so they are in charge of him.
I was going to say, they're in charge of him. They're literally his bosses.
But he sure the fuck didn't seem to understand that when they got backstage. And Cody, by this point, was probably already out the door.
Yeah.
And
which I don't understand, because he was like the fucking co-founder.
It's really weird to think about that. He was the co-founder of that company, shitting all over WWE and the guy in charge of it currently. And is now going to WrestleMania for the WWE Universal Championship. Yeah. Like, that's fucking insane.
If he fucking wins the title, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
What universe do we live in if he wins the title, right?
Like...
At this point, though, it's gonna happen. Like, I feel like it's gonna happen. Because we realistically can't.
For a long fucking
He's had it for too long at this point.
Yeah.
He's going on a fucking Hogan-level run of being champion at this point. But, I mean, honestly, really...
And let's be honest. Most champions have a much better storyline after they lose the title. And they're just trying to get it back.
The problem is they've booked themselves... They're pulling the same shit with Reigns. They're taking it too far with Reigns, like they did with Brock. They've booked themselves into a corner.
Yeah, who the fuck is going to be...
Who's going to beat this guy?
Yeah.
At this point. But, back to AEW, and then we'll go back to TNA. I don't blame him for that. I do blame him, however, for not cleaning up his mess afterwards. Like he should have. And, of course, several other issues that he's made along the way. And there is now talks and rumors swirling around that Punk is coming back to AEW. I loved Punk. Punk does not deserve to go back to AEW.
Punk doesn't deserve to fucking...
He showed his fucking ass.
Punk doesn't deserve to be in any wrestling.
I don't know what happened. I frankly do not give a shit.
I'll tell you what happened. He believes his own hype.
He pulled a Brett. He pulled a Brett.
Yeah, he pulled a fucking Brett. He believes his own hype. And he believes he's actually the shit. And it's just, it's not good for the fucking company when you have people like that. Like, you are a performer, keep your fucking ego in check. And that's the one thing that they couldn't do with Punk. They could not recheck his fucking ego.
Yeah, he thought he was above it all.
Yeah, and it's just, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like, he needed to have some form of fucking discipline, and nobody wanted to do it. That is a failure on the leadership in that company. Because they could have definitely fucking stepped in a lot sooner and been like, hey, you're fucking up, bud. Like, we brought you in here to help us make money, and now you're pissing everybody off.
My thing is, I don't care what the fuck his issues were with Colt Cabana, with fucking Hangman Page, with the Young Bucks. I don't care what none of his problems were with any of those guys. I don't give a fuck what they did to set you off like that. They could be dead wrong, and you could be 100% right. The issue was the way you fucking handled yourself. The unprofessional manner in which you handled yourself. I understand that Jim Cornette is honestly fellatiating the hell out of Punk over this whole situation. I get being the keeping kayfabe and the big bad guy, but he wasn't keeping kayfabe. He was bitching and moaning and showing his fucking, airing his dirty laundry and being a goddamn diva. How's the weather today? You know, it's funny you should mention that because fuck Colt Cabana. Is literally the level of fucking, like, steering the conversation that he pulled at that fucking media scrum while stuffing his face with fucking donuts. What is wrong with you?
I just had a realization.
Which is?
I think I washed my Galaxy Buds.
Thank you all for coming to this episode of the Dual Wield Podcast. The drink your water guy saying the drink your water things. Say your outro so you can go save your buds.
Drink your water, don't be a dick, and have a nice day.
Better than what he's doing, because he's...
Yeah, because I think I just fucked myself.
God damn. Make sure you use lube.
Yeah.
Jesus.